All right, hello everybody. So welcome back to our writing mini lessons. Last week we were talking about personal stories. We're going to keep talking about personal stories this week. Last week we were mostly talking about topics, really zooming in on a topic, how when we're choosing a topic for personal stories, we're writing about one thing, and we want to zoom in on that topic and choose one very interesting part of it. So, for example, if I want to write about the haunted house, I don't want to just write a checklist of the day, like, oh, first we did this, then. I want to think of one moment and zoom in on that moment and really think about what is important. So this week, we're going to spend some time talking about how we structure our personal stories, because now we have our topics, and we have to start thinking about the beginning, the middle, and the end of our stories. So you will have a graphic organizer that I will send you that looks kind of similar to this one. And this is what we're going to be using this week to plan out some stories. So for today, all I want to do is read Jabari Jumps again. And what we're going to do is think about what the beginning, middle, and end of his story was that he did. And we're just going to write it down. Okay, so we're going to read it and then we're going to go back and do it on our chart paper. So, Jabari Jumps, I'll read it again. You can skip this part if you remember it. I'm jumping off the diving board today, Jabari told his dad. Really, said his dad. The diving board was high and maybe a little scary. But Jabari had finished his swimming lessons and passed his swim test, and now he was ready to jump. I want to keep my face in it too, because I know some of my friends are reading my lips, so I'm doing my best. I'm a great jumper, said Jabari, so I'm not scared at all. Jabari watched the other kids climb the long ladder. They walked all the way out to the end of the board, as big as tiny bugs. Then they stood on the edge. They spread their arms and bent their knees and sprang up, up, up. And then they dove down, down, down. Splash. Looks easy, Jabari said. But when his dad squeezed his hand, Jabari squeezed back. Jabari stood at the bottom of the ladder. He looked up. You can go before me if you want, he told the kid behind him. I need to think about what kind of special jump I'm going to do. Jabari thought and thought. Oops. Jabari started to climb up and up. This ladder is very tall, he thought. Are you okay? Called his dad. I'm just a little tired, said Jabari. Maybe you should climb down and take a tiny rest, said his dad. A tiny rest sounded like a good idea. When he got to the bottom, Jabari remembered something. I forgot to do my stretches, he said to his dad. Stretching is very important, said his dad. I think tomorrow might be a better day for jumping, Jabari said. They looked up at the diving board together. It's okay to feel a little scared, said his dad. Sometimes if I feel a little scared, I take a deep breath and tell myself I am ready. And you know what? Sometimes it stops feeling scary and feels a little like a surprise. Jabari loved surprises. Jabari took a deep breath and felt it fill his body from the ends of his hair right down to the tips of his toes. Jabari looked up. He began to climb up and up and up and up until he got to the top. Jabari stood up straight. He walked all the way to the end of the board. His toes curled around the rough edge. Jabari looked out as far as he could see. He felt like he was ready. I love surprises, he whispered. He took a deep breath and spread his arms and bent his knees. Then he sprang up off the diving board, flying. Jabari hit the water with a splash. Down, down, down he went. And then back up. Whoosh. Jabari, you did it, said his dad. I did it, said Jabari. I'm a great jumper. And you know what, said his dad? You know what? What, said his dad. Surprise double backflip is next. Awesome. So, all I want to do is write down what the beginning, middle, and end of this story was today. So I'm going to do it just like your graphic organizer. Beginning, middle, end. And we don't have to write a lot because when we're planning out our stories, we're just writing really briefly. So, whoops. What happened in the beginning of the story? And this is where I wish you guys were here so we could brainstorm this together. But I'll just kind of flip back through the book and see if I can get some ideas. So, in the beginning of the story, he was super excited to jump off the diving board. There it is. And he went and he waited in line. But did he go up? Mm-mm. So, we could say the beginning of the story, he was excited to jump. So Jabari was excited to jump in the beginning of his story. Then what happened in the middle of the story? In the middle of our story, he gets a little nervous and he starts wondering if maybe today is a good idea to jump today. And he asks his dad, maybe I'll go tomorrow instead. So in the middle of our story, Jabari gets scared. And what does he do to help him out? He talks to his dad. So maybe we want to add that, and talks to dad. And in the end of the story, what happens? Does he chicken out? No way. He jumps. Yay! So, we could just say he jumps. And that's it. That's the beginning, middle, and end of Jabari's story. So when he was planning out his personal story, that's probably all he did to organize it, was he went through and he was like, first I was excited to jump, then I got a little nervous, and in the end I jumped. And that's the exciting part. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. You can do your own writing now. Maybe trying to think about beginning, middle, end when you're doing it. See you tomorrow.